Hello, friends. I hope that you are doing well and that you are enjoying your summer and finding ways to bring crunchy living into your life, regardless of where you live or how big or small your garden is. This week, I've been busy in the rose garden. Though last fall, I had worked hard at pruning the roses, I realized I wasn't aggressive enough, and this year the wild roses have completely overcrowded the tea roses. For the past several mornings now, I've been contemplating the need to prune back the roses. This morning, I finally decided to do some pruning and bring some roses inside. In learning to care for roses, I kept needing to remind myself that pruning was not only good, but necessary. It encourages healthy, abundant blooms. Though I know this is true, it almost feels a bit counterintuitive and uncomfortable. And it was actually really hard for me to make the first cut. I suppose we as humans will always want continued growth, and the thought of stopping that growth at any point is difficult to contemplate. In the same way, when I've experienced a setback in life, my first inclination isn't to think, yes, I've hit the jackpot, I'm going to win something bigger later. No, I think it's easy to think, wow, what did I do wrong? Why didn't that turn out the way I expected or desperately hoped for? I tend to think that my dreams were so beautiful and perfect. But I learned that in life, no matter how beautiful it may be, that job, that career, that house, that person, and even that love, sometimes it needs to be cut back to make room for something more. As I slowly connected to nature and following its rhythms, I noticed that there are periods of active growth as well as times of rest and rejuvenation. So instead of looking at these setbacks as something negative, I slowly began to look at them as a natural part of life, with each door closing serving as a personal guidepost. I love crepes, and I've been trying to come up with a gluten-free recipe for years now, as wheat flour doesn't agree with me. The recipe came to me last night. It's funny how when you let go of that want and that need, then suddenly, almost as if by magic, it comes to you. Lately, I've been reminded that meals don't have to be elaborate, expensive, or even organic. I've always tried to buy organic when possible, but sometimes I think we trade in one form of toxin with another form. So when organic food is not possible, I try to focus on other ways that I can become healthier. Lately, I've stayed focused on making my meals with care and gratitude. Though most don't talk about this, I think eating slowly and chewing your food thoroughly allows you to savor the experience, and it is a huge part of learning to appreciate life. I think it's also foundational for becoming healthier. Chewing thoroughly coats your food for proper digestion. I read an article once that digesting your food properly would do more for your health than just eating organic food alone. Though it doesn't cost extra money, it does require more time, and it's not easy to follow nature's rhythm. Especially in the fall, when nature slows down, we are more active, with school starting and with the holidays coming, one right after another. So while I'm in school, I commit myself to preparing dinner only a couple times a week. For me, thinking ahead of time of how I can remain in this peaceful place helps me stay committed to nature's rhythm. So what things have you done to follow nature's rhythm? If you feel like being brave, please share your thoughts in the comments section. I think that when we share our wisdom, we not only help others, but we also get to relive these positive experiences again. And I think that this brings more healing into our lives. Or we have an opportunity to reevaluate the experience again in a different light. At times, we will experience cutbacks and setbacks in one area or another. Though it's taken me a long time, I realize that we don't always have to be on that continued growth track. Life is not about spending every waking moment in the day being highly productive or winning all the time. I think that's why I love country living. It also means taking time to rest, to rejuvenate, and to savor the beauties in everyday life, no matter how insignificant or small it may seem, such as enjoying a morning breakfast with a bouquet of fresh roses. And at some point when we are no longer looking or longing for the thing that was lost, it will return again, in a different way, of course, and perhaps even more beautiful than we can imagine. As I brought these very small changes into my life, I found my heart and my soul expanding in ways I never thought possible. I used to think that I was not a person capable of feeling a lot of gratitude, especially because sometimes life felt so difficult and I had to do a lot of convincing. But as I slowed down, I found gratitude flowing through me from within quite easily, and I was very surprised by how quickly and easily the gratitude flowed through me. Slowing down, bringing in country living into my life was key to finding that gratitude. And it is in this place of gratitude where I think success in other areas come from. It's not a perfect process, but it has brought joy and gratitude into my life. Until next time, please take care.